World Economic Forum and the Great Reset. You keep hearing about these things. A lot of our viewers and listeners are already well familiar with it, and pretty much everybody's heard of it, but it gets dismissed. I mean, it sounds bad almost. This is just a crazy conspiracy theory. It's not going anywhere. This is different, guys. This isn't the aliens coming. This isn't the lizard men. This isn't the Loch Ness monster. This is real, and we're hearing more and more about it more often. I'm talking about Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum, and the Great Reset. And it sounds like a classic conspiracy theory. I mean, a nebulous organization founded in the 1970s with headquarters deep in the mountains of Switzerland. It holds annual meetings in Davos where some of the most powerful people on earth attend on an invitation-only basis. This organization was founded by and still run by a professor named Klaus Schwab. Schwab makes no bones about wanting to change the entire world, and he's called his plan the Great Reset. The whole premise of the reset is to take advantage of a large world crisis and use it in order to radically change the economic and governance systems around the planet, with an emphasis on moving away from capitalism. I mean, really, it all sounds almost like a build-up for some kind of supervillain in a James Bond movie or something, or as Blair says there, yeah, Dr. Evil, in some of the parodies. But it's real. And because of that, many people roll their eyes and dismiss it. I mean, it's almost so cliche that people just can't believe it. And when somebody starts talking about Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum, they don't believe it. But the intentions of this organization are spelled out totally clearly on their website and stated in their speeches. Like, it's not hidden. We have to be concerned with the motivations of this organization as the people leading our country are taking part in it. Justin Trudeau has been a speaker at World Economic Forum functions, and he's directly stated while speaking to the UN that he views the pandemic as an opportunity for an economic reset. It was direct parroting of the World Economic Forum statements and goals. We need to be concerned with global leaders who could be motivated to exacerbate challenges and crises in order to pursue change that can't be achieved democratically. Look what we saw recently. The Great Reset calls for a world where there will be a more centralized authoritarian form of governance and much less emphasis on individual freedoms. Many of these world leaders have a condescending world outlook. They're people born to privilege who feel it's their right and duty to take control of the unwashed masses for their own good. We saw that attitude in spades as Justin Trudeau obsessively pursued the implementation of the Emergencies Act. As evidence mounted that such an extraordinary means of control wasn't necessary, Trudeau responded by upping the ante, increasing his inflammatory rhetoric. He even implied a Jewish MP who was questioning his motives must be in league with neo-Nazis. Sort of sounds like Putin making his excuses for going into Ukraine. He just fires outward, doesn't apologize, and he clearly was obsessed and desperate. He wants power. Trudeau may very well have known at the time he was going to have to drop his push to suspend the civil rights of Canadians even before he forced it through Parliament. But he would not back down just on the basis of personal pride. He's proven himself to be a petty, vindictive man who wants to increase his personal power at all costs. He's not a deep thinker or a strategic planner. That's why he parrots talking points of organizations rather than coming up with his own. The world economic systems may indeed be due for a reform. They certainly aren't perfect. None of them are. But to use a crisis in order to concentrate power into a small cabal of leaders and reset the system into what they envision as being a new, fair, and equitable world, that's not where we need to be going here. These people feel they're on the side of right, and they feel the ends justify the means. The developed world, for the most part, is dominated by democracies. It's imperfect, and it's messy, but it's by far the best system we've evolved into to date. Freedoms and democracy are always going to be under threat from the authoritarians. The Great Reset and its adherents are only the latest threat. They're also, though, the most pressing and dangerous one we have right now. In this world of craziness and things that are going on, we can't let the Great Reset slide under the radar. It's real, and it's right in front of us. Check it out. Google it. I mean, again, it's not strange little obscure websites. It's right there. Don't let people roll their eyes and forget about it when it comes up. The world's in a period of crisis like we haven't seen in generations, and we can't let these aspiring despots use this as the means to take our freedoms. Check these guys out. It's time to speak openly about it. As some people have been saying, some of those conspiracies of last year have turned into the facts of today, and the World Economic Forum is one of them. The lizard people, not so much.